Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Sorry if I sound a little bit croaky, a little bit nasally in this video. I have been ill for like a week with a cold and this is the first time that I'm like relatively able to speak again. It's so bad. I've been out of action for like a week. I haven't been able to film any videos, so sorry that there haven't been many recently, but I am back today to film my favourite video of the month, which is my monthly TBR. You guys know we have such a fun time doing this. I have my wheel of random prompts and we're going to be going through that today, and yeah, I'm just super duper excited. I did get some comments on my last one of you guys being very sweet and worrying about me kind of being stressed out about the TBR and stuff, and kind of talking about reading for fun and stuff. And I just want to reassure everyone, like, I love doing my TBRs. I would get so overwhelmed if I just was like mood reading. It's not for me, like I can't do it. It just stresses me out. I really enjoy reading with my TBRs. It encourages me to read more books, and if I wasn't enjoying it, don't worry, I would stop. But yeah, I'm just like a very type A, organised, a bit neurotic person, so I just do enjoy doing it this way. So yeah, but thank you guys, it was very, very sweet. So we will get into the books that I read from my TBR last month. You can kind of see some of them here. Overall last month, I do think I wasn't in a slump, but I definitely wasn't reading as much as I had expected to. I think I read maybe 10 books and almost all of them were off of my TBR, but I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night off of my Kindle. This one I read for the prompt. I swapped it out for the Where the Crawdads Sing because I found out that crawdads weren't birds, and the prompt was like, I think it was the picture one, it had an owl, so I picked The Serpent and the Wings of Night and I read that one on my Kindle. I am partway through Part of Your World, so I am including it. I'm filming this on the 28th, so definitely will finish this by the end of the month. I have plans to finish this today or tomorrow, so that's not going to be an issue. I'm also about 3/4 of the way through the audiobook for Thank You for Listening. Again, definitely going to be finishing that one before the end of the month, so I am including both of those. I also read Love in the Time of Serial Killers. This was part of my 24-hour readathon, which a lot of these were. So was The Inheritance Games. I read The Sanatorium in a video that's probably my next reading vlog, I believe. I read Dating Dr. Dill. I read The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, also in the 24-hour readathon. And finally I read Atomic Habits, which was in my reading 200 pages a day for a week video. So overall we did pretty good. This is like a pretty good stack of books here. In any normal month that would have been literally my whole TBR, because I normally do 7 books, but obviously because the month before we didn't do very well, I had like the amount of books that we didn't finish on as punishments. So we're going to be doing that again this month, and I do have some books that I didn't read, as annoying as it is. So firstly we have Life Ceremony, which is the book that I picked out of my oldest books on my TBR jar. This is every book that I purchased before the start of this year, and I'm going to be picking one of these books out every month to read, to kind of help complete my goal of reading more books off my physical TBR, especially like pre this year. So I haven't got around to Life Ceremony, but I do have plans to read it, so I'm not going to be popping it back in the jar. We will be picking out another one of these. Then I also did not get round to the last thing he told me. This is for the big video project I was meant to do in June and have yet to start reading for, so that's very poor from me, but you know, I am still interested. I will read this, but I think I'm going to push that video back a little bit more just because it was stressing me out. Get some more stuff done before I go away, which I'll talk about in a second. So yeah, did not get this one done, unfortunately. I didn't get round to Q or Defy Me. I believe these were both options in my Instagram controls. I read for 24 hours and didn't get picked, so I didn't really have a chance to read these. I did about a week or so without reading at all, so I think that really kind of threw me off. And then these 2 books I also didn't get around to, Pod and The Shining, unfortunately. I did want to, but yeah, I didn't do as much reading as I expected to this month. And also I didn't get around to Red Queen, which was also on my Kindle. I think I read 1 or 2 books that weren't on my TBR, but the rest of them, like I really did stick to the TBR. It was just the lack of actual books that I was reading. So we normally start with 7, and because we didn't read Life Ceremony, Q, Defy Me, Pod, Shining, Last Thing You Told Me and Red Queen, it means we are adding 7 books on, so that's going to be 14 books on the TBR. We are getting it down a little bit, not by much. I believe we were on 16 last month or something, but yeah, I do think that is doable for me. I'm going to be traveling this month. I'm going to Costa Rica on the 12th, so I'm super duper excited for that. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, and obviously it's a long flight, so I will be picking some Kindle books because I'm not going to be bringing my physical TBR with me. I just think that would not work. I'd be taking up too much space. So we will be picking some Kindle books for this month, and I do have some videos planned with some books over here, so hopefully we can get those on the TBR. We're going to be generating for 14 books this month, which isn't too bad, I don't think. So I'm just going to set up my Notion page now. So the first book we are going to be picking is going to be out of my oldest books on my TBR jar. Obviously I don't go through this every month. There are some books on here that I have already got to. If I do pick one out that I've already read, obviously I'll just throw that away and pick another. So very exciting. I love doing this, like picking out here. I might change my prompts so that they're all in a jar, but then I feel like that's too similar to what everyone's doing. So the book we have is, can you read that? What is that? The Vanishing Half. Okay, that works, because that is, you know, the big video project that I'm not talking about, that I'm pushing off, that we're not going to acknowledge. That is for that video. So I'll be reading this in that video. So this is the first book on our TBR. This worked out very well. This is, I believe, a story about race, where two twins that are kind of white passing, one decides to present themselves as black and the other as white, and it's about their different lives, I believe. So yeah, I'm very excited to pick this one up. So that has worked out very well for me, I won't lie. Thank you to my little TBR jar for making life very easy. But now I do have to definitely do that video, and I can't push it off as long as I wanted to. So now I'm going to start with the actual rolls, now that we're like 10 minutes into the video. Yeah, let's just get started. I've changed around a couple of the prompts, but we'll obviously talk about that when we get to it. So for our second book, roll number 1, we have a random want to read book. Oh my god. Okay, this is one that I really wanted to get. This is so much fun. Basically, I'm going to be going on my Goodreads. I only added this prompt this month, and basically pull up my want to read shelf. So I have books on my want to read shelf. It's got everything that I own, everything like on Kindle that I've wanted to read, all the series that I've just like added, authors that I've just gone through and added everything. I haven't been through my want to read in ages, like literally since, I don't think I started it. Like I have books from like 2022 on here, so there's 437 books on here. If I don't own it, I will have to buy it. So yeah, this is going to be super duper fun. I'm going to do a random number generator on my phone, so we're going to go between number 1 and 437. So it came up with 4 initially, we won't do that one, but we're going to generate a random number. This could literally be anything. 217. So I'm going to scroll down. 217. I don't know if this is in order of when I added them. I'm not even sure. 217 is okay. That's so interesting. That is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel, which is like a science fiction, I think it's mixed media, I'm not sure. It was a nominee for Best Science Fiction Goodreads Choice Award in 2016. I now have to buy this book. This is so random. I don't know if it's on Kindle Unlimited, I'm not sure. But that is going to be book number 2 in our TBR. So I'm very excited about that. That's so random. But yeah, very excited. Yeah, I'm going to basically do it where I can't re-roll prompts, just because that was getting a bit confusing last time. So we'll do another prompt now. That should block that one off. Has it been blocked off? I hope. Anyway, yeah, there we go. So book number 3 is a random picture. We did this one last time and it gave us the owl. So basically I'm going to randomly generate a picture and like use that as a prompt. These, you get such random ones on here. So that's the first one it's come up with, very odd, but I'm going to generate another random picture here, and it's like, okay, it's like a painting, kind of like someone like in an art gallery, if that makes sense. Can you see that? First thing I thought of, actually, it gives me the vibes of like the cover of 6 Scorched Roses, which is the novella in the Serpent and the Wings of Night series. Like the type of art, it's very kind of like, I feel like it's similar. Do you guys like agree? I don't know, maybe that's just me. What else can I think? It's like got a girl by herself looking at art. It just makes me think of like, that's the first thing I thought of, because there's a scene in the Serpent and the Wings of Night where she's talking about art. She's talking about this picture of the vampire, and like how it's been kept up in the castle and stuff like that. So like I kind of want to pick that because that's the first thing that sprung to mind. I don't have anything like super historical that I could do, I guess, nothing like Renaissance vibes. I don't think anything to do with painting, so I might go with that. Let me know if you guys think that's too much of a stretch, because I obviously do want to read that, but like that's like, I feel like that gives off like kind of Renaissance vibes, do you know what I mean? It's like medieval kind of. Well, is it? I can't really remember. But like it gives off that vibes. They're in a castle. So I think I'm going to pick that one. That's just kind of the vibes that I immediately got. If you guys have any other ideas, like if you know books that kind of would fit that better, but like I don't read much historical, so I'm going to go with that one, which is the second book. It's like the novella. It's a collection of novellas, I believe, in between the two Crowns of Nyaxia books. So yeah, excited to read that. That's going to be Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. So book number 4, which is a random letter author. So I'm going to do a random letter generator, and that is going to have to be in the author's first or last name, and the letter has to be like the starting, if that makes sense, like the first letter of the first name or first letter of the last name. So first letter it's come up with is A. We're obviously not going to do that one, so it's going to be R. Okay, someone with an R at the start or the end of their name. Let me think. Oh, this is so difficult. Okay, none of the books that I know I want to get in have it. Let me look on my TBR for what's on my Kindle library, considering that I am going away, so I do want to do some books that are Kindle. We've got Ara Kwang with The Poppy War. That's bold. We've also got Ara Kwang with Babel, which I want to read this month. I don't think we have any others. No. So I might go with Babel. Actually, that's so rogue. That's so intense of me, considering I said I'm never putting this on TBR. But I think I'm going to grab that. That is also going to be the one book that I am allowed to duplicate from a previous TBR. I don't include books that I've had on previous TBRs, like if I didn't get to them as part of the kind of punishment, besides one every month. So I'm going to get Babel because I do have plans to read that for a video. I don't know if you can see me digging through my shelves. I'm getting new shelves soon, but oh my god, there's so many books. They're like double stacked. Okay, so for the random letter author name, we got R, which I'm going to be using for RF Kwang, and I'm going to be reading Babel this month. I did have this on a previous TBR and didn't get around to it, but I now have to read a couple of other books / want to read some other books that I'm going to be putting in a video with this. And yeah, I'm going to be picking this one. So Babel is our next book. Oh my goodness. This is a hefty TBR. We've got like historical fiction, and then like historical chunky fantasy, and then like a little like novella collection. So Babel is going to be the next one. And for book number 5, an audiobook. Okay, that's pretty easy. Let me think about what I have, because I'm in Scrib jail at the moment and I've been restricted, but what do I have on here? I'm gonna go through my titles saved. Oh, I do have one that I might go for. Oh my god, there's so many on here. I've got Divine Rivals. I've got so many good books on here. Oh my god, there's like too much choice. It's stressing me out. I think I might pick the 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is available to me obviously on the 1st of September when I get out of restriction, but I think I'm gonna pick that one. I've heard some good things. I do have the Dead Romantics by her, but I haven't read yet. And yeah, I'll pick the 7 Year Slip. I believe this is a romance about kind of like that movie with Drew Barrymore when she's like a ghost. So in this book, I believe that she moves into this apartment and then there's like a ghost of someone from 7 years ago who's there, or not a ghost, but like he's accidentally kind of like transported himself there type of vibes. I don't know, but it sounds fun, so I'm gonna give that one a go, and I'll probably listen to that like on the plane or something. So yeah, super excited for that one. Oh, you can't even see it. This is random number of words in the title 1 to 5. So I'm going to do another random number generator. I basically swapped a lot of the prompts to like randomly generate, rather than just having like 1 word in the title, 2 words in the title, 3 words in the title, because I thought that got a bit boring. So it started on 2, but we are going to generate again. And we've got 3, so 3 words in the title. Okay, I know immediately what I'm going to be picking, which is a book I really want to get around to, which is Us Against You, 1, 2, 3 by Frederick Backman. This is the second book in the Beartown series. I gave Beartown 5 stars. I was obsessed with it, so I cannot wait to get to this one. I haven't actually hauled it yet, so when you see a book haul coming in the next week or so, just like pretend you didn't see this. But yeah, I'm going to be reading this one. I'm super duper excited for it. Potential 5-star prediction, like one of my most anticipated reads. I cannot wait to read this. So yeah, that is going on the TBR. So now for book, oh I can't even know where we're up to, book number 7 I believe, so like halfway through. This is shaping up to be a pretty good TBR. I think I can manage most of these. We have scroll on Instagram. This is always so much fun. So basically I'm going to screen record and I'm going to pull up Instagram on my phone, my bookstagram, Jessie Reads, if you want to check me out. And I'm basically just going to be going through and I will refresh it. And the first book we see, I'll be reading by Nola Parks. I wish I could reread that, or I would, but like I don't really want to. This is, okay, normally we do author or book, and it's basically one that I own. And Ali here, from Ali Renee Reads, she also has a booktube channel and I really like her videos. She is reading the Throne of Glass series, written by Sarah J Maas, who also wrote ACOTAR. So maybe I'll be reading ACOTAR this month. I'm going to put it on the TBR. This is so rogue, so random, but I'm actually really excited about it because I think I'm going to love it, especially after reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night and really enjoying that. It's like my first proper non-cozy fantasy. So yeah, I'm going to put ACOTAR on the TBR. This is a very ambitious TBR, considering we've got Babel, we've got a 5-star prediction, we've got ACOTAR, we've got a lot of good stuff on here. I don't really know what to say. Pretty good books here, pretty good books. So next up we have roll number 8. Can't believe I might read ACOTAR this month. TBR chart. Okay, so this is basically picking another book out of here. We do one anyway at the start of every video, every TBR. I've started to do this, but we also have a prompt to pick out of here, so let's do another one. This is so fun. I really do maybe want to change up to do this. So that is, can you see it? Can you see what it says? What does it say? The Maze Runner series. Okay, I'm gonna put this one back in because obviously there's multiple in the series, so after I read the first one I will have to read the next ones also, so rather than having like the Scorched Trials written separately, so I'll put it back in there and I'll grab the Maze Runner. I also am hauling this soon. I mean, it's not really a haul because like I've got the rest of the series and I've read it before, but I think I just got rid of the first after I read it when I was younger. But we have the first Maze Runner back. This is such a random TBR. We've got Babel, we've got ACOTAR, and we've got the Maze Runner. So that's another book for this month. I picked this one up secondhand, and yeah, I loved the Maze Runner series. I do want to reread it, and I guess we will be doing that this month. That is so rogue. Oh my goodness, this might be like the most random TBR we have. Like The Vanishing Half, Babel, The 7 Year Slip, ACOTAR, and the Maze Runner. What a combination. Anyway, on to roll number 9, I believe. Roll, spin, I'm not sure. A 2022 release. Okay, this is fun. I'm going to pull up my Goodreads and have a look at my own TBR. Wait, first I'll actually look at my Kindle Unlimited library because we don't have many Kindle books yet. So I'll do a Kindle library on date published and see if we have any 2022 releases. So do we have any? Okay, we have a couple. We have Say You Swear, The Inmate, Flawless, and The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. So I think I'm going to pick The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I've heard good things about this, and I do love a mystery thriller vibe. I've read The Housemaid and the Housemaid's Secret. I preferred the first one a lot more, but I've heard good things about The Inmate, so always happy to read a little thriller. So that's going to go on the TBR for this month. Next up, we have another roll. Spin! Yay, that means we have another book to add on. Lovely. That means we're going to go for 14, did we say? Perfect. Lovely. So back again for spin number 9, I believe. Sorry, we're going for 15 books, not 14, because we were going for 14 initially, so it was 7 plus 7. Okay, cool. Anyway, the prompt we rolled was a book with a good cover. Okay, what do I want to pick for this? Trying to look through. I really like this cover, Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. I think this is so cute, and it's got the little house on the side. Should I pick this one? I feel like I really want to pick this one. This is so cute. So yeah, I'm going to pick Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, a book that I need to read for a specific video. So yeah, look at the cute little cover. I love the colours, and yeah, I think this is a good cover. So I'm going to pick Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. And then for our next book, which is a book under 300 pages. Okay, this shouldn't be too tricky. Let me sort my Kindle Unlimited library quickly by pages and see if there are any underneath. So obviously we've got Six Scorched Roses, which we've already got on there. We've got a couple under 300 pages. There's Full Tilt by Emma Scott, The Summer Girl by Jenny Blackhurst, No Exit by Taylor Adams. I think I'm going to pick that one. I think I'm going to pick No Exit by Taylor Adams. I love a thriller, as we said. I've heard excellent things about No Exit, and I do want to read his newer release, The Last Word, which I've heard also good things about, but I want to read No Exit first. So that's going to be on the TBR for this month. And now we have 4 rows left. A random number. So this is literally again a random number generator, and I'm going to go through my entire, I can go through my entire physical TBR, or I can go through my entire Kindle TBR. What I want to do, I kind of want to go so rogue and go through my entire physical TBR. So this is similar to the want to read, but just like the books I physically own. So there's 154 on here that I have, I believe, if I've calculated correctly. So I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to scroll through. So randomly generating again, it just came up with 3 to start with. We have number 42. Okay, so that should be an older one, I believe. Number 42 is, okay, that's such a rogue one. This is going to be Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, which is a non-fiction. And yeah, this is the book here. I've heard good things about it. This is like so rogue. Maybe I should have done a Kindle Unlimited one, but yeah, this is such a random one. I'm really excited to give this a go. I do enjoy a non-fiction read every now and again, and yeah, I've heard good things. It was the National Book Awards Autobiography of the Year in 2018. This sticker, I believe, can come off, and if so, it's coming off immediately. But yeah, I'm super duper excited about this. So random, but still very excited for it. So then we have another prompt. 3 left. This one is going to be boyfriend pics. Okay, my boyfriend is actually coming over later, and I am filming a boyfriend pics my TBR video for this month, like pics I read for a week, but I won't include that. So I will just get my boyfriend to pick a book when he comes over. Normally do it via text, but he's literally like driving over to see me right now. I will insert a little clip here when he picks what he picks. Okay, so when my boyfriend was around, I completely forgot to get him to pick a book, so I did have to end up doing it via text. We're friends on Goodreads, so I just got him to look at my shelves, either my Kindle Unlimited shelf or my whole owned TBR shelf, and I basically just asked him to pick any book. The first book he picked was The Inmate, which obviously is already on my TBR, and then he picked No Exit, which is also on my TBR, so then I had to send him a picture of what was on my TBR, and then he ended up picking Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King, which is exciting, and one I have definitely been quite eager to get round to. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be adding to my TBR. So yeah, that was my boyfriend picking my TBR. Lovely. I'm not going to include that in the video where he picks, that will just be a separate read. So yeah, what's funny is one of the books that I've already picked is for that video, because we've already filmed the picking bit, so I already know he's going to pick that up. So he's technically picked 2, but you won't find that out until the video. But for the sake of this TBR, he's just picked the one. I hope that made sense. But yeah, then next roll. A book over 400 pages. Oh my god, love that for me. So fun. Let me just check. This one has 463. Okay, we have Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter. I also need to read Emma this month, but I might read that more towards the end of the month. I don't want to talk about that. The fact that I just have to read a classic. I'm going to pick Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter. This has been going a bit viral at the moment. It's meant to be like, can you solve it before the end? The answer is no for me, because I never get mysteries. But I've heard a lot about it, and guys, it's mixed media. I love mixed media more than I love like living life itself. It's my favorite type of book. It gives me like Janice Halleck, A Girl's Guide to Murder vibes. I cannot wait to read this. This is super high on my TBR. Don't have it picked for a specific video, but like I put it here because I want to read it so badly. Another one that don't mention it because you haven't seen it hauled yet, and you will see it hauled in a couple of days, weeks, maybe a week. So yeah, just don't mention it. It's like a little secret, but yeah, I'm so excited for this one, and I'm going to pick it because it is 460 pages. I believe. I don't want to read too much, but like you can see at the bottom there, that's like over 400. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give anything away, but that is there. I hope that was my spoiler. So yeah, Murder in the Family. I also know nothing about that. So we only have 1, 2, 3 Kindle books, so maybe I'll try and get a Kindle book for the last one. We'll see. This is our final roll. We have Scroll on Goodreads. Okay, so this is literally so random. Again, this is again author and or specific book, because often we struggle to find one with a specific book, but I scroll on Goodreads and the first book that I see that I own, I will read. Okay, so The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I actually do already have the second book on my TBR. Do I put the third one on there too? I probably won't unless we see that book specifically, just because I want to mix it up a little bit. I'll probably read that one anyway. Babel by R.F. Kuang is also already on the TBR. Because I didn't include another Carissa Broadbent, I also won't include the Poppy Walk, because that might be a bit much. Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I don't have any by her. A couple of these. In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. Oh, that is one that I do want to read this month. It has been on a previous TBR, but I'm not going to include it for the doubling up because it was like picked specifically. Same goes for, I believe Akaton might have been on a previous TBR, but that was like the specific pick. I think I'm going to grab that one. This works so well. I'm so nervous to read this. Like, you don't understand how badly I need to love it, because like, look at it. Look, it's stunning. It's signed, but the signature's a little bit like the pen was running out. Like, it's fine. Like, I am absolutely desperate with every bone in my body to love this, and it works out really well if I actually do get this on my TBR. So I'm gonna pick this one. I did recently watch the video where Meg rated it like a 3.5 stars, and that has scared me to pieces because I want so badly to love this. But yeah, I'm putting that on the TBR for this month. That works out so well, so I'm very, very, very pleased to have that one on there. So this TBR literally potentially could not have gone better for me. We have 2 TJ Klune books, and I gave one of his previous books 5 stars, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, we have some really solid books on here. I will just run through everything we have again. So we've got In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. This was for my scrolling on Goodreads prompt. We have Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter. This was for over 400 pages. We then have Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This was me randomly generating a number for my whole TBR. We have Under the Whispering Door, also by TJ Klune. This is for a good cover. Then we have The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I picked this out of my TBR jar. A Court of Thorns and Roses. This was from scrolling on Instagram. Us Against You by Frederick Buckman. This was a 3-word title. Babel by R.F. Kuang was for an author that started with an R. You can see this massive pile growing here. We have The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This was, I believe, also randomly pulled out of my TBR jar. And then the books that I don't physically have, we do have a couple. Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel, which I just have to buy. 6 Scorched Roses, which is on my Kindle. The 7-Year Slip, which is an audiobook. The Inmate by Frida McFadden, which is a Kindle Unlimited book. Same with No Exit, which is also a Kindle Unlimited book. And then we also have the book that my boyfriend picked. I'll put it in here. That is a solid TBR. I'm super duper excited for this. We've got some crazy books on here, I can't lie, but I'm super duper excited for all of them. And yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video and are enjoying my TBRs and my favourite videos to film. I love them. I get so excited to do them every month. So yeah, this is a really solid one. Super excited for it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell to join a little club, and make sure you turn on all notifications. Then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you're watching one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!